Welcome to Kinfolks Knowledge.
JavaScript program to find LCM certainly. Here's a JavaScript program to find the least common multiple, LCM, of two numbers. JavaScript. Function find LCM. num1, num2. Let max equals math.max. num1, num2. Let LCM equals max. While true. If LCM percent num1 equals 0 and an LCM percent num2 equals 0. Break. LCM plus equals max. Return LCM. Let number 1 equals 12. Let number 2 equals 18. Let LCM equals find LCM, number 1, number 2. Console.log. The LCM of plus number 1 plus and plus number 2 plus is plus LCM. In this program, we define a function find LCM that takes two parameters num1 and num2 representing the numbers for which we want to find the LCM. We start by finding the maximum of the two numbers using math.max and store it in the variable max. We initialize the variable LCM with the value of max as it will be the minimum possible value for the LCM. We then enter a while loop that continues until we find a number LCM that is divisible by both num1 and num2 without any remainder. Inside the loop, we check if the current LCM is divisible by both numbers using the modulo operator %. If it is, we break out of the loop. If the LCM is not divisible by both numbers, we increment it by max in each iteration. Once we find the LCM, we return the value. We then define the variables number 1 and number 2 with the desired numbers, in this case, 12 and 18. We call the find LCM function with number 1 and number 2 as arguments, and store the result in the variable LCM Finally, we use console.log to display the calculated LCM. When you run this code, it will calculate the LCM of the two numbers, 12 and 18 in this case, and print the result as the LCM of 12 and 18 is 36 inches in the console. Feel free to modify the values of number 1 and number 2 to find the LCM of different numbers. The end.